This is Aaron East with MMA UK, and I'm joined once again by UK sensation Jonathan Davison. Holding a perfect 5 amateur record at only 18 years of age, the amateur phenomenon has made the decision to move to the US and expand his MMA career. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to speak with me again, Jonathan Burr.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it a lot. Again, thank you, man.
Anytime, my friend, anytime. And not too long ago, we were speaking about your inactivity in the cage, man. I mean, I'm glad to see that was short-lived, and now with this huge announcement, I mean, you must be happy just to go from inactivity to such a big thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, last time I had this chat with you, good things happened. Like a week later, I got a fight after not being able to get a fight for like 6 months. So,
Jeez.
expecting good things to happen this time as well.
Yeah, man, I hope so, man. I like to think that helped you a bit, man.
100%. Yeah, I think people watched the video and were like, right, he needs an opponent. Jacob Wall, tough guy, took the fight, but I sorted him out.
Yeah, man, definitely. I watched that. Unfortunately, I was unable to be there, but I was on the pay. I was on watching the pay-per-view, cheering you on, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
No worries, man. And a huge announcement from yourself recently to venture forth on your dreams to the US. I mean, a place, a place that is a training ground for so many champions. I mean, what led to this life-changing decision for yourself?
Amazing place. The weather is amazing. My whole family is coming with me, so yeah, I'm gonna have to leave the gym that I love so much, Fight City Gym. Rowan, my coach. I got Mario Pinto. So many high-level guys in there, but I mean, sometimes things just happen. So it's probably gonna be for the good, and I can't wait to move, man. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, man, 100%. I mean, like for the viewers, well, obviously, and for myself, 'cause I'm very interested. I mean, how did this come about? What led you to make this decision?
So, my dad has some work in the US, so I'm gonna have to move because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was there for 2 weeks. It was amazing. I was sparring with like UFC fighters. Jared Cannonier is in there, Sean O'Malley, and I just loved it so much. And as soon as we came back, my parents started talking about the move and stuff, and yeah, now it's happening. I got my visa. That was pretty hard to get, but once we got the visa, we were like, right, it's an opportunity, can't be missed. So I got a 3-year visa now, and yeah, I'm probably gonna extend it because I don't like moving gym. I'm a loyal guy.
Yeah.
Stay with the gym. I'm not one of those guys that just moves gyms constantly. So I'd like to settle there, get a good foundation, and just stay with them until I'm UFC champ.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, yeah, man, as you say, it's going to be sad to leave some of your training partners behind. But I mean, as you mentioned, Mario, you might be seeing Mario out there a few more times after securing that UFC contract.
Yeah, 100%. I've already spoke to Mario. Like when he's coming to Vegas, even if he's fighting at the Apex and stuff, it's like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive. I'm definitely pulling up, supporting my boy, and yeah, he's gonna do big. He's gonna do big things.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. You definitely got a great role model to have in Mario, 100%. And I'm having the opportunity to make this journey at such a young age, man. I mean, it must feel like a dream. No doubt you're still pinching yourself at the notion of going out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I never expected that, like to move to America, but I couldn't be happier. Like everything is just better there. Like it's closer to the UFC. There's more training partners for me.
Mm.
Just the lifestyle is nicer. The weather is amazing. I'm going to be able to go for runs at night every night. Here, I'm trying to go for a run and I'm just slipping in the mud in the park. Like I don't like that, man. But I still grind here. But I believe that over there, I'm really gonna grow quickly. And yeah, I'm 18 now. I just turned 18. Hopefully, I'm gonna be pro this time next year. Also, you fight amateur there in the pro gloves, so that's gonna give me a good feel of that what it's like to get hit with those small 4-ounce gloves.
Mm.
And yeah, it's gonna be fun to hit other people with those small gloves.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a whole different ball game. I mean, it'll certainly be a different feel when entering your training regime. Also, I mean, well, moving gyms as well as countries is huge. I mean, but do you have any gyms in particular that you in mind for when you've settled down across the pond?
Yeah, so originally I looked at the MMA Lab. That's like the bigger gym. It's a
Yeah.
published gym. Benson Henderson came out of there. He had his career in there, and now he's a coach there. And yeah, they've got loads of guys that were on the Contender Series this season. There's so many training partners for me. I think it's the best gym for bantamweights in the world. So flyweight, bantamweight, and featherweight, in my opinion, best gym in the world. Like if I could go anywhere, any country, Thailand, any state in the US, Vegas, any gym, I would choose those two gyms, the Red Hawk Academy and the MMA Lab. Actually, out of the top 15 bantamweights in the UFC, 4 bantamweights are in between those gyms. So Sean O'Malley's in the Red Hawk Academy, and then the MMA Lab has McGee. They've got Kyler Phillips and Mario Bautista, who just beat Jose Aldo. So that's crazy for me. Like I'm just gonna be so close to the UFC. They're like their UFC is like nothing for them. It's just like expected to be in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like here in the UK, if someone's in the UFC, it's like, oh my god, he's in the UFC. He's special and stuff. That shouldn't be the mentality. Maybe for UFC champion, yeah. But over there, if you're just a UFC fighter, you're just a normal guy. It's expected to be a UFC fighter there. So that's a good environment to be in. It's not like a big achievement to be in the UFC because it's really not. Like I'm trying to, aim for the UFC championship. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, definitely surrounded by UFC royalty there, man. I mean, to train with so many high level fighters in, well, I mean, your chosen gym, that must be exciting for you to be there on a regular basis with literally people, as you just said, that have been there, done that, and even risen to greater things.
Yeah, I'm going to be training so much harder there. I think I'm going to be training like, if I don't train 6 hours a day, I'm not going to be happy there. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm going to wake up, stretch as usual as I do here, but I'll be stretching in the sun 1 hour. I'll probably do one session at the Red Hawk in the morning or the lab, and then at night I'll go to the other gym. So that's how I'm going to separate my time. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be amazing just seeing those guys, like how they train. And I'm going to be asking them like for tips and stuff. And yeah, I think I'm just going to improve so much quicker over there. I'm so excited.
Yeah, man, you'll definitely be soaking up all that information, man. I mean, with the next step laid out for you and your new objectives have no doubt changed as you've been laying them out. I mean, well, could you give us an insight into what some of your objectives for the next few months are going to be as you embark on your new journey?
So next few months, soon as I get there, I'm gonna start looking for a fight. I'm gonna tell the coaches, start looking me for a fight like soon as possible, because
Mm.
it doesn't look like I'm gonna fight here. I've been looking at Bloodline for a title at 59 kilos,
Mm.
and they can't find me an opponent. It's been 2 months now. I've been waiting,
Yeah,
no opponent. So doesn't look like I'm gonna get a fight, which is fine. When I don't have a fight, I'm improving so much quicker because I'm just learning and learning, watching film at home, and
mm.
there's not that stress at like fighting, so I can just learn more and
Yeah,
be a student of the game. But yeah, as soon as I get there, gonna try get a fight. um gonna be coached by Tim Welch, hopefully, if he corners me, and John Coach Crouch, which
mm.
is such a high level coach. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna have a feel with the pro gloves, and I'm gonna start sparring there like the pros and see where I'm at, improve. And yeah, as I said, this time next year I'm probably gonna go pro. And yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, man. I definitely look forward to this, man. I mean, well, I mean, as you mentioned, you're looking for a fight, and just like the UK, there's no shortage of exceptional promotions out there, man. I mean, a little soon, I know, but have you taken the time to look into any possibilities, any like sort of organisations in the local area that you're going to be living that you'd probably like to jump and jump to the well, just dive straight in, so to speak?
Actually, I'm not sure if there's too many amateur shows there, so I might actually have to travel, which I
Mm.
don't mind, if I'm going with the team, just to beat some people up. But
Yeah.
the pro scene is amazing. We've got LFA, which is on UFC Fight Pass. That's where I'm probably going to fight when I'm pro. Have like a few fights on there, and then get a contender series fight, get on contender series, put on a good show, and get into the UFC. But yeah, amateur fights might be some trouble, because I'm not gonna underestimate the MMA UK scene, because it's really good for the amateur fights. In the UK, there's such a good scene here, and
Yeah, definitely.
it's hard to beat it, to be honest. But the pro scene is different over there, man. It's just different levels.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. LFA, that's a great shout, because you've had some great warriors come out of there and compete in the UFC. An absolutely incredible organization. It's a great place to set your sights on. 100%.
Yeah, it's basically like the Cage Warriors in the US.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, if I was here, I'd probably fight on Cage Warriors. I always want to fight on UFC Fight Pass. I don't get people that don't fight on it, because then it's just harder to get into the UFC. I feel like if you're on the UFC Fight Pass, the UFC people that work there are gonna see you more, and it's
Mm.
also easier to get your highlights. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try get on something that's on the UFC Fight Pass. LFA is a nice promotion. Maybe get the belt there in 3 years, and then probably 5 years when I'm 23, probably get into the UFC. But we'll see. Hopefully I don't get any injuries. Sometimes you just get injured,
Mm.
and yeah, hopefully no injuries. I get there quickly as possible.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, when you just answered my next question, I mean, but where would you see yourself, like, preferably in the next 3 to 5 years? I mean, as you say, UFC, hopefully, like, God willing. But I mean, is that your, like, plan, just to fully 100% focus on the end game, which is obviously UFC?
Yeah, like even when I get to the UFC, I'm not gonna celebrate too much, not gonna be too excited, because I just see that as like expected. I don't go to school. Like, what do you expect? Like, if I don't get into the UFC, then that's not even in this question. But at least I'm gonna have to, my goals is to be at least top 5. And
Mm.
even if I don't get to be UFC champ, I want to be like a household name, like Diaz, or like someone like that you would always watch him fight regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just fighting, but I want to grow my brand. I've been growing it now. Like a year ago, I've had like 700 followers on Insta. Now I'm at like nearly 7,000. So I've been growing. Simon Squibb has helped me a lot. He's such a legend. I spoke to him actually, and I asked him if he wants to come and document my move. He said yes. So I don't know. He haven't said anything after that, but if Simon comes, then it's just going to boost me even more. And yeah, I want to grow up my brand, and because I know the more you grow out your socials, the easier fights you get, and the more promotions want to build you. So I'm not
Mm.
just going to be one of those fighters to just go out there, grind their way to the top, maybe go into the UFC with like a record of 10-2, 10-3. No, I want to keep it clean. I want to
Mm.
get good fights, and yeah, as long as you brand yourself correctly, the promotions will take care of you and give you good fights. So I understand the game, and that's what I'm gonna do.
It's a very smart mindset to have, man. Well, honestly, bro, look forward to your future announcements. Hopefully, it's that LFA one. I really do keep my fingers crossed for you, and I definitely wish you all the best on your new journey, man. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you while you've been in the UK, and uh, and hopefully we can grab another chat like real soon, possibly on your next fight announcement. That'd be incredible.
100%. When I'm in the US, I'll give you a shout. We'll get another chat, because I know the people like it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Anytime, my friend. Anytime. But before we go, I mean, do you have a message for the viewers and anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just thank you to the whole of Fight City. I've been training there for 2 years now. Can't thank them enough. They took me from a very average fighter to a very good fighter, and I've just turned 18. For 18-year-old to be 5-0, such a clean record, such good performances, and yeah, I can't thank them enough, and I promise to pay them all back. And to the people in America, tune in, because when I come, I'm gonna bring the work ethic up for everyone.
That's a great message, mate. Honestly, Jonathan, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. And again, I wish you all the best on your new journey, my friend.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime, brother. Take care. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye.